Thompson with Odyssey Online. This Sunday, March 31st, the Final Four was finalized with teams Syracuse, Michigan, Wichita State, and Louisville. On my right, I have sports writer Chad Rim, and on my left, I have sports writer Kevin Mobley. Today, they're going to debate and analyze who they believe will win the national championship this year.
So we all know the Final Four: Wichita State, Syracuse, Louisville, and Michigan. Wichita State plays Louisville, and that's a breeze by for Louisville, easy way to the championship. While on the other hand, Michigan, Syracuse play. And I'll be honest, I don't even know if Michigan is going to pull it out. Michigan's too small, and they don't have the depth to perform with a Syracuse or a Louisville. I mean, Syracuse, they're big. They got Sutherland. They're 6'8" small forwards. They're real NBA players. While Michigan, they play a four-guard lineup. That's small. That's a bunch of little 6'3" my-size guys. I mean, with those Louisville teams, they're going to get stomped on. Their experience. Louisville has Peyton Siva, senior, leads the team with great leadership. They have a 33-5 overall record.
And so the first thing with Michigan is they have one of the best penetrators in the country with Trey Burke, who has 6.8 assists per game and shoots 80.3% from the field.
Louisville, you know, they could beat Michigan 9 out of 10 times, but all that matters is that one time.
What are you doing? That didn't make any sense.
If Louisville could win 90% of the time, but what about the one game? What if they show up and they aren't consistent?
He's saying
Michigan shows up?
He's saying they're showing up. He's saying they're showing up. He's saying consistently Michigan has been showing up. All the tourney games, Michigan has been showing up consistently.
Michigan routed Florida. Did you watch them play Florida?
You're basing this on fate.
He's basing on the fact that each tourney game, when they could have easily lost, they've shown up. They've
I
shown
don't
up.
want to hear fate.
They've shown up.
Because if we're talking about fate, then I'm going to go with Wichita State. I'm going to go with them if we're talking about this is March. I don't want to hear that this is March. This is, hey, March. These little Cinderella teams are going to make it all the way to the championship. If we're talking about fate, I want to put my stuff on Wichita State because they're all the way.
But the teams that have faith, they can win though. I mean, Villanova in 1985. Who thought that a number 8? Okay, but it happened. Villanova has a championship.
I don't want to argue with you if this is going to be a conversation about miracles.
It's too good to be true. The number one,
it's
saying the number one seed taking home.
I
understand. It doesn't happen.
I understand that.
When is the last time that all the number 1 seeds made it to the Final Four, chat?
I don't know. Louisville's consistent. Kentucky won. Kentucky was one of the greatest college basketball teams of all time.
If it was just about who was better on paper, then why would we even play the tournament?
What do you mean? He got you there. He got you there. He got you there. He got you there.
You're being biased, first of all.
I'm not being biased. I'm not being biased.
Yes, you said you got him there.
I'm saying.
You just talked the whole time. Let me tell y'all this. If we're gonna base this on fate, we understand that March has miracles, but let's be real. Let's be completely real here. Louisville on paper is one of the best teams I've ever seen. It doesn't matter that this team, if we're going to have an argument, you can't have an argument about fate. If that's what the world's coming to, that we not basing things on statistics and what's really, it's not real.
I think
this isn't real.
We're predicting who's going to win the NCAA.
We're predicting it, but you're predicting it off of fate. That's your only
No,
source.
I see fact. I see them beat VCU. I see them beat Kansas. I see them beat Florida.
Teams. Of course they could have beaten them because this isn't a Cinderella story. This is the real March Madness.
But was Kansas a Cinderella?
Kansas isn't. I'll give you this. Kansas was an elite team. I wouldn't see them as an elite team. Ben McLemore averaged 1 point.
Okay, but that was in the tournament. They were a very elite team in the regular season.
All I'm saying, if I'm looking down on this paper, Louisville has one of the biggest lineups in the country. I have an NBA lineup. Michigan plays 4 guards. 4 guards. In my honest opinion, if we're going to be completely real, Syracuse is going to slide them off the table. They're too big. They're too aggressive. Michigan isn't. I didn't even think Michigan was going to make it this far. I know it's because of March and fate, but it's going to end sometime. Michigan isn't one of those teams that I see. They're elite. They're not number 3. They were number 2. They were number 1. They're number 4. Louisville. If I'm going to compare Louisville to one team, it's going to be that Kentucky team, just because of how consistent they are. They're consistent. They get at you. And you know they're going to win. They're winners. My boy Kevin here based it off fate. You can't base things on fate. You can't base things on stuff that's not real. Let's be honest here. If we're going to base things on fate, we talked about this earlier. Louisville just lost one of their best players. Do it for Kevin. If we're going to base it on fate, they're going to have the energy. They're going to have everything. They're going to have the motive to win for Kevin. They're going to win for Kevin. If we're going to base this on statistics, like I said, I don't even know Michigan's going to beat Syracuse. Syracuse is too big, too strong. Syracuse is like Louisville, but Louisville's better. So if you think Syracuse is going to lose, they're going to go the next round, they're going to get swapped by Louisville.
I brought up fate one time, Chad. When Michigan against Kansas had everything that had to have happen so that they could get to overtime and beat Kansas, a team that, like I said, was a #1 seed. Michigan has one of the best penetrators in the country, and they can get into the lane and kick out, or they can have Burke hit shots. You know, he's an 80.3% shooter from the field, and he has 6.8 assists per game. That fuels Stauskas, that fuels Hardaway, that fuels Glenn Robinson, and that fuels the entire team.
I'm Sam Thompson with Odyssey Online.